Hi, I'm Toby Earl, and no, I haven't broken my New Year resolution to keep the soap scoops as sensational as possible. For example, take that Boy Scout Bradley Branning. He's determined to make a loving wife out of Stacey in EastEnders. But it's not going to be easy, not with Becca taking up all of Stacey's time and Max wanting to celebrate Branning & Son's new car lot. And when Stacey marks Archie's funeral by gobbing on his casket, sounds like a Cockney thing, you'd think a sane man would run a mile, but not Bradders. When he finally pops the question second time round, Stacey's stunned, but manages to gasp yes. Former lover Max, meanwhile, organises the bubbly, putting a cork in their ex-relationship. In other news, there's a new hunk in town. His name's Danny, and he's got Mitchell DNA, so expect some genetically modified moves on the local ladies. Steve's showing characteristic sensitivity over in Weatherworld, taking Kelly out on a motorbike to rub Becky's nose in it. Becky gets the wrong impression and, devastated, reveals to Roy and Hayley she fears her marriage is over. Oh, and her mum's dead. Later, an ignorant Steve accuses a dressed-up Becky of going out on the pull, the Burke, and his mum almost adds her tuppence worth too. It's only when Steve gets hammered, then mugged, and returns home completely miserable that Becky tells him about her mum. He's mortified, but there's more to come. She's pregnant. Cheryl and Steph are fighting over that love-muffing Gilly in Hollyoaks, but in the midst of their catfight, Cheryl reveals that Gilly's really in love with Steph. The girls make up, no kissing, and Cheryl persuades her to tell Gilly how she feels. But Steph's gutted when she learns he's left to go travelling with Zoe and Mike. Or has he? Mercedes, meanwhile, is jealous that Calvin kissed Cheryl, but the pair manage to sort out their differences with some spirited tongue massages, which are witnessed by Chris, who starts getting nasty about her. Malachi takes offence and demands an apology, but instead gets Chris's revelation that Calvin kissed Mercy, a state of affairs that's not exactly front-page news to Malachi. Psycho Sally would try the patience of a saint, and in Emmerdale this week, a not-so-saintly Ashley threatens to kill her. Murderous vicars, this country. Edna finally comes round to Ashley's version of events when he tearfully explains he'd never betray Laurel, and Sally's infuriated when Edna questions her story. Sally leaves in a huff, but only gets as far as the B&B, and later shocks Ashley when he sees her. He's apoplectic and actually really quite annoyed, and says if he doesn't quit the village, he'll kill her. Not really the kind of form that warrants an ecclesiastic reinstatement. But that's just what he gets from Bishop George, bless him. And that's all my holy orders this week. Join me at the same time next week with more soap previews only at whatsonTV.co.uk. Keep clicking.